Hey, I'm Carmen Carrera, and this is my story.
Is that close enough? Oh, I need my earrings. I could be real sexy. I could give, you know what I'm saying, like masculinity and whatnot.
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
It all started when my dad met my mom, and they made me. I was born in Paterson, New Jersey, which for some was a little hood, but I prefer to call it a cultural melting pot. We moved to Elmwood Park, where I went to high school, which interestingly enough was built on a cemetery. I studied photography in college, and by day worked as your favorite makeup artist at the Mac counter, because by night I performed in drag and even sometimes would come to the counter dressed up to sell makeup. I love to do makeup, especially on my friends, and be there for my chosen family within the gay community. We were a mess, but we were always having fun.
Okay, girl.
Hi, this is behind the scenes, Natalie Carrera, Carmen Carrera.
What up?
I took the responsibility of taking our act on the road, getting us booked in Washington, D.C., Philly, Jersey, NYC, Hartford, and Boston. There was always a road trip.
You're wasting my battery.
We would get ready just about anywhere, from hotel rooms to basements to broom closets and anything else that was available.
Carmen, talk to us.
Hi, how are you?
What are we doing?
Nothing.
Why are you in the kitchen?
Cooking.
I always focused on work, coordinating our photo shoots and keeping us booked so that we can travel and expand our family. It was always about the love. We rolled deep because at the time, the community was all about love, loyalty, friendship, and being there for one another. Esquilita, New York was the place to be. It was a safe place for Latinx and people of color within the community. And the entertainment featured so much diversity. A lot of the best performers were trans, and everyone showed so much love and respect. Unlike other drag bars, this place was like a cabaret and actually celebrated queer people and people of color who had so much creativity and personality. But most of all, heart and unique beauty that you couldn't find anywhere else. The only way to get a booking was to compete for their amateur show called Diva Search. So I hit it up to Hartford, Connecticut to learn my own curtain tricks and build up my confidence at the Polo Club. This crowd always let you know what was on their mind. If they didn't like a song, they'd let you know before you came out. My responsibility was 3 shows a night, and there was no space for a lack of confidence. Getting naked was my thing, and I just loved to be feminine. They were a great crowd and were always good to me. I learned a lot of confidence, but I also learned how to be humble. Not every show was perfect. But one thing was for sure, the crowd loved me anyways. I did my own thing. I was creative, unique. I would perform the most interesting songs and just do the most random things. No matter what, I traveled with my crew. We'd all stay in one hotel room because we couldn't afford to get separate ones. My drag kids had my heart. No matter where we went, we always left a little love behind. Natalie was a professional dancer and connected to the ballroom scene. And sometimes we'd go to Vogue nights at Esquilita on Sundays. It was like Pose, but in real life. With the experience of performing in Connecticut with my sisters and the experience that I gained from touring the East Coast, I competed for Diva Search a few times and finally won, earning me my first Saturday night booking. I really came to bring the heat, and the community really showed up for me. I was able to innovate the space because at the time there was no drag queens that would ever wear pasties. It was usually the trans performers that dominated the space of the female illusion. Gender fluidity was not a concept that was thought of, let alone embraced or admired. It became a trend for other queens to promote themselves and bring a crowd, which soon led to competition of who brought the most crowd and would get tipped the most. Even though competition was never really my thing, I loved the attention, and most importantly, I loved being there for my community, making people smile, and also just being happy and celebrating who I was.
Doing drag and performing is important to me on a couple different levels. On a personal level, because it helps me grow as an individual and as an artist, not only, you know, as my makeup or like my personal like confidence and stuff like that, but it also can be like rewarding because I can perform for people and have them take something from my show, and just, you know, whether it's happiness or whether it's a little bit of jealousy or whether it's inspiration, you know what I mean? And I also get to perform doing benefits for people who are living with HIV and AIDS. Basically, I've worked with the MAC AIDS Fund. I've done a couple of shows and donated all my money, all my tips. I've worked with some promoters that have donated some money from the door also. And it just means a lot to me because that money goes to people who are living with the disease and who can't afford their food or can't afford their medicine or can't afford their living expenses. So, I mean, for me to just get in drag and do a 5-minute number and raise, you know, $500 in the process and give that to somebody who really needs it, you know, means a lot to me, more than just, you know, my confidence or my reputation or, you know, just it's not really like that for me. It's more I get to give back in a sense.
With all of the amazing support and love from the community, as well as all of the amazing lessons that the trans performers at Escuelita taught me, I was finally ready to make one big move.
And I want to audition for RuPaul's Drag Race.
In 2011, I got to compete in RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3. I got to bring my own flavor and my own sauce to the runway and to its platform. I also was able to bring a few costumes from the nightclubs that I would perform at.
Now walk. Now walk.
Being on the show solidified my place in drag history, and soon after filming, I began my transition. Please like and share this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and stay tuned for so much more.